Good morning. Welcome to Kelly Martin Yoga. Do me a favor this morning. If you are on your computer doing this or your iPad and you are able to communicate right now, just go to your computer or your iPad or your. I don't think your phone will let you do it, but if it does, just let me know who's here. Just type in your first name. Just curious of who's joining me this morning. We're gonna wait just a couple minutes to give everyone time to get to their chair and get ready to get started. Um, if you have a block, actually, we're not going to use the block. If you have a strap today, go ahead and grab that. And if you don't, and you have like a scarf that could work or a belt, anything that's long that can aid you with lifting up your leg, only if you need it. And then we'll do some arm stuff with our strap too. So if you have one, go ahead and grab that. And then we're going to get started in just a second. As you guys know, I'm doing this from my house, so you may see a random dog walking through. Penny was here, but she left. That's the tiny one. And then Daisy, she rarely gets off the sofa because she's my lazy one, but she may come through at some point. So I'm going to ask my trusty assistant, has anyone typed that they're here? Sandy, yay! No, it's Sandy. Sandy's here. All right. Is it only Sandy here? Anyone else here? Sharice, yay! Hey, Soraya, I'll give you welcome. um, he's still waiting for you guys to let me know if you're here. And if you're doing this on your phone, you may not be able to communicate, so no worries. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Nice, comfortable position in your chair. I'm gonna move my chair a little bit, and then I want you to come towards the front of your chair. And if you can, put your feet flat on the floor. Now, if you're on the shorter stature and your feet are elevated, if you have a block, you can slide a block here and then plant your feet on the block. But if you come further enough forward in your chair, most of us should be able to comfortably put our feet on the floor. And then we're going to go ahead and rest your hands on your thighs. And then gently shift forward, elongate the spine. And then we're going to drop the shoulders down. Let's go ahead and bring our hands to our heart. And we'll start off with our really good cleansing breaths to relax our body. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And repeat. Big inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. Noticing how your shoulders just relax. And that's a breath you can go to any time of the day when you're feeling stressed or you're feeling like heavy in your body. You can always go to that breath, do a few cleansing breaths, and that tends to relax your body. Now let's go ahead and set an intention for our practice. And let that intention be whatever brought you to the mat. And then on your next inhale breath, we're going to drop the hands down to our waist. And again, if you are a sloucher, which I am, go ahead and make the adjustment so the back is straight and shoulders are relaxed. And then go ahead and soften the chin towards your chest. Now, by sitting to the front of your chair, you're engaging the core muscles here. You're elongating the spine with the chin dropped towards your chest. So you're getting a nice, easy stretch right in the back of the neck. And then let's go ahead and turn the head to the right. The chin is still tucked. And then dropping the head right back down to center, pausing, and turning your head to the left. And then just a nice easy stretch on the side of the neck. Go ahead and bring your gaze down. And then we'll look up. Nice. Keeping your hands planted on your thighs, we're going to warm up the spine by gently pressing the hands into your thigh. Chest comes forward, gaze goes up. And notice you'll get a stretch right along the front of the neck here. And then bringing the chin towards the chest, rounding your back, shoulders come forward. Let's come forward once again. Chest comes forward. This is a seated cow position. Gaze goes up. And then we'll round the back once again. Chin comes down towards the chest. And then coming forward into your cow. And then we'll go into another cat. And we'll cycle through one more time. Chest comes forward. And then dropping your chin towards the chest, rounding the back, shoulders coming forward. And then gently press into neutral and soften your arms down. And let's just shake out our hands here. I want you to take your left hand and rest it on the side of your chair. You don't have to hold on to it. You can just have the hand just grazing the side. And then we're going to take our head towards our left shoulder. And we're going to just pause here. And then lift that right arm straight up and bring it over. And notice you're going to go down to the side. Now you're getting a nice easy stretch in the side body. And then we'll slide back to center and soften that right hand down. Head goes towards the right shoulder. Left arm goes up in the air. And then gently bring that hand overhead. You get a nice stretch in the side body. And then come back to center and soften your hands down. This time I want you to take and hold on to the side of your chair. Pressing the heels of the hand into the chair. And then turn your head to the left. And then come back to center, turning your head to the right. And back to center. And then we're going to soften the right hand. And then we're going to take and twist that right arm across the left side. And this is our first twist of the day. And then coming back to center. That's a pretty intense twist. So just go as deep into that as you feel you comfortably can. There's no pressure to go as far as I did, or if your body is feeling really awake, you can go further. It's up to you. So go ahead and bring that left arm across the right side of our body. And then back to center. And then soften down. I want you to scoot back just a little in your chair. Feet are still planted firmly on the floor, but I want you to make sure that your bottom is nice and grounded in the seat. You can use the chair for support if you need to, or you can have the hands down to the side. We're going to just take and stretch the right leg out. There's no pressure to lift it high. And then soften. Let's do the same with the left. Stretch that leg out. And again, there's no pressure to lift it high. And then soften. I need to come a little bit further forward on my chair because I want to lift the leg higher next time. Let's go ahead and lift the right arm up, reaching up towards the sky. And then we'll soften. And let's do the left. Really reaching up. And soften. Now we're going to go into a seated pointer dog. So we'll start with the left leg. First, you're going to lift the left leg up. The heel is going to be down. Now you can keep, the leg doesn't have to lift high. It can be here, it can be here, or it can be here. Now, in order for my leg to go up really high, I have to be at the front of my seat. But I don't actually need it that high today. So the leg is in place. Now let's activate our arm, lifting the right arm up. So you have opposite leg, opposite arm. And you're really reaching up. Heel is pointed down. You're going to feel a stretch in your quads here. You may even feel it in the back of your leg, depending on how tight your hamstrings are. And then let's go ahead and soften the foot and soften our arm. And then you can shake out your legs. And we're going to do the opposite side. So the right foot comes up. Notice the heel is down, toes are pointed up. The right hand is just resting to the side or holding onto your chair, depending on how much support you need. That left arm is going to go straight up. And then go ahead and soften the foot first and soften the hand. And relax. Shake out your arms. Let's go ahead and bring the right foot forward. The heel is going to be down. Toes are pointed up. Go ahead and press into your chair. Notice how your chest lifts up. And then soften your foot. Let's stretch that left leg out. Toes are pointed up. And then gently press in. and soften. Now we're going to do the opposite thing with our feet. So we're going to take the right foot and the toes are going to be pointed down. Now you're going to press into the chair and lift up the leg. You should really feel this in your thighs. You may feel it in your core. Everything should be nice and strong here. My hands are barely touching my chair. And then go ahead and soften, but just there for support. And then let's do the left side. And then go ahead and soften. Let's still go ahead and stand up now. And then let's stretch out. Lift those arms up overhead. Really reaching. And then soften the hands down. Let's walk over to the right, or whichever side of the chair, doesn't matter because we can do the opposite next. Use your chair for support. Let's go ahead and lift up the left leg. If you're holding with your right hand. I probably should have given a better direction on that. And then we're going to turn the foot out and then bring it in and turn it in. Notice the shift in your hip here and then bring it in and then plant the foot down. Let's go to the opposite side of our chair. And then we'll do the same thing. Go ahead and lift up that right leg. And it doesn't have to be this high. Your foot could be barely off the floor. And if your balance is really off today, just have the toes down. There's no pressure to lift up high. And then go ahead and turn the foot out. Now, if your foot is down, so your knee is just going to angle out, and then you'll turn it in. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. Again, you can do this with the foot on the floor, or you can do it lifted. And this is just getting a little range of motion in your hip. Go ahead and bring that knee back forward and soften down. Shake out your legs. And then we're going to come to the back of our chair. You can hold on with both hands. This is a pretty high back chair. Hopefully your chair is a little lower. You can also, if you have a high back chair like this, you can put your hands down here. Just kind of play with it and see what feels right for you. We're going to, actually it's almost like a ballet move. We're going to open our feet, I guess that's first position. Or you're going to just take and angle your feet out. And then you're going to take and step the right leg forward. And then slide it back in. And let's go ahead and do the left. Notice the stretch in your hip joint here. Quad muscles are engaged. And then soften. Let's open the feet. We'll just call this, I don't know, is this second or third position? I don't remember which is which. It's been years. It doesn't really matter. I just want you to open up. You're going to get the rotation in your pelvis here. And then rotating that hip open. And then again, using your chair for support. This time just come up on your toes. Knee is going to point out. And then soften the foot down. Let's do the left side. Yeah, coming up on the toes, ball of the foot, knee is pointed out. And then soften. Let's turn the feet in and then walk them in. And they're just about touching, not quite. Still holding onto your chair. Let's take and lift the right leg to the side. And I'm hoping you guys are getting a good view of this with the video. Try not to lock that left knee and then soften. Let's do the opposite side. Go ahead and lift up that left leg. Again, getting a nice stretch in that hip joint. And then soften. Then I'm going to come back to the side of my chair. And then let's go ahead and step the right foot forward. Plant the heel down and rock back. Now you're going to activate the quads of your left leg. You're getting a stretch in the calf on your right. And just breathing here. Nice and easy. Go ahead and soften the foot down and slide it back. Go to the opposite side of your chair. Let's go ahead and step that left foot forward. And then lifting up. And then activating the quads in your right leg. And then soften the foot back down and step back together. Let's go ahead and grab your strap, scarf, belt, whatever you may have. And then we're going to go back to our seat. You can take and open your strap. We're going to sit in the front of our chair. Feet are flat on the floor. Back is straight, core is engaged. Let's go ahead and lift up that strap overhead. Shoulders are nice and open. And then take the strap behind our head on the right side. And then come back to center. We're going to do the left side. And then come back to center. Let's bring the strap all the way down to the waist. Just twist it. And again, the feet are still planted flat on the floor. Let's go ahead and twist to the right. Keeping the arms nice and open here. And come back to center. Let's go to the left. And back to center. And then bring the arms down. Roll out the shoulders. Still holding on to the strap. We're going to transition the strap into underneath our right foot. And again, this could work with a scarf as well. Next time I'll have a scarf just to kind of demo. And then again, once again, I'm slouching, which is just such a bad habit I'm really working to get out of. You can use your left hand for support, or you can rest on your thigh. You can have it hanging, whatever's comfortable. And then go ahead and lift up that right leg. Then I want you to pull snugly on the strap so you can get a really intense stretch in your right leg. Pausing here. And then soften. Let's go ahead and switch. Putting the strap underneath the left foot. Again, pulling nice and snugly. Then go ahead and lift up. And then go ahead and soften and bring the foot in. We're going to take the strap and we're going to put it on the side. We're going to open up the hips a little bit more now. I want you to take and lift up that right foot and go ahead and cross it over the top of your thigh. Now, if this feels like, you know what, that's too intense, you can have the foot and you can cross it down here. You're not going to get quite as much of a hip stretch, but if you can bring it up, go ahead and do that. We're going to elongate the back. Take your right hand and gently press into the leg. We're pausing here. Nice, easy breathing. I don't want you to hold your breath. I want your breath to be nice and just nice and balanced. Now, you can stay in this position. If you want to increase the stretch, go ahead and lift up the leg. Now you can bring it to your elbow, depending, again, on how flexible that hip is, or you can keep it in your hand. You can pause, or you can move it. Again, whatever you feel like you need. This is your practice. So listen to your body and just honor that. And we'll soften that right foot down. And then we'll switch to the left. We're going to cross the left foot over. Again, this hip for me is just really, really tight. I'm going to gently press. I'm like talking to the camera and I'm like imagining that you guys, your mats are in front of me and that I'm actually in a class. I hope you guys can feel my presence because I really do feel your presence. Let's go ahead and grab that foot. You can either just hold it here, you can lift, you can bring it to your elbow. Again, like I said, this hip for me is really tight, so it's not going high today. And then you can move it back and forth, up and down if that's what you need. Or again, you can hold it or you can keep it planted, up to you. And if your foot's down on the floor here, you can just lift up the foot. That could be just a way to get just working on that range of motion in the hip. And then let's all just release down and then soften. I want you to bring your hands on your chair once again. This time we're going to try to bring the legs up a little higher. So you may have to come towards the front of your chair. Please don't fall out of the chair. Just come as close to the front as you comfortably can. Using your arms as support, pressing in, getting compression out of the back. Lift up your right knee. Straighten out the leg. Breathing. And then bend it, pausing. and soften. Let's do the left side. Left leg comes up, stretches straight out. Now you're really going to feel that in the top of your legs. And then bend, pause, and soften. Relax your hands, shake them out. Let's lift that right arm up, bring it to the top of the shoulders. Let's open up the shoulders now. Let's go ahead and open up that right elbow. Let's bring it in and soften. Let's do the left side. Left arm goes straight up, resting at the top of your shoulders, opening up the elbow. And then bring the elbow forward, lift up your arm and soften. Now we're going to do both hands. Both arms are going to go straight up in the air. Really reach, 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 reach. Bring them to the top of your shoulders, back of your head, and open up your elbow. Chest comes forward, shoulders open. Elbows in. Release the hands down. Shake everything else. Let's go ahead and activate our core a little bit. So we're going to take and press into your chair and lift up both feet. Now, if you can, go ahead and slowly straighten those legs in front of you. Still pressing into the chair. And then bend those knees. Soften your feet. And breathe. That's hard work. Let's repeat that. Pressing into the chair, lifting up those feet. Stretch out those legs. Notice everything's engaged here. You feel it in your quads, you feel it in your core, you may feel it in your shoulders. Go ahead and bend those knees and soften. Let's walk the left foot forward, right foot forward. Toes are up, coming forward in our chair, holding on. Don't fall out of your chair. And again, just breathing here. And then rocking back, bringing the feet back in. Pressing down into your chair, lift the legs up. Once again, we're going to do a little circle here. Stretch out the legs. Bend the knees, flatten out the feet. Coming forward in your chair, stretch those legs out. And then walk your feet in and flatten them out. Let's shake out our arms. Let's get a little release in our fingers and our hands. Let's go ahead. And we're going to do, I don't know if we've ever done this, but I want you to lift up your arm and then bring your fingers back. Notice your wrist. Don't pull, this is a nice gentle movement. So just want you to get stretching in the wrist going in this direction. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. Make a fist, just a nice easy fist. You don't want it to be like, ugh. Just nice easy bend of the fingers, bringing the wrist slightly forward. And then go ahead and soften that hand. We'll shake it out. I'm going to do the same thing with the left hand. So you can lift it up and you gently bring it forward. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. That wrist comes forward. And then shake out your fingers. Let's lift both arms up next to us. Now let's open and close our fingers. Let's wave the hands back and forth. Let's make some circles with the hands. Notice the fingers are open here. And reversing the direction. Let's soften the hands down to our chair, sides of a chair, and then gently press in. Let the fingers come out to the side. This is not to engage you're going to engage your core, but that's not the goal of this. Is for your hands. And then soften your hands. You're going to bring your hands onto your chair. The palms are going to be facing up, and then you gently press down. Okay, again, I cannot stress enough. Be gentle with your hands, but this is just to get a stretch in them. And if you have arthritis in your hands, just be mindful, but try to stretch your fingers because that is what's going to keep them from getting stuck in place. You want to try to keep the hands as active as you can. Go ahead and soften and just shake it all out. And then we're going to make a fist and release the fingers. Let's make some circles with the thumbs. And reversing the direction. And I do this kind of stuff every day because unfortunately, I do suffer from arthritis and it affects my hands and my knees mostly. So I do try to do things that help loosen those things up and just keeping my range of motion as good as I can. Go ahead and relax the fingers and then make a fist, stretch the arms out in front of you. And then let's make some circles with the wrists. And reversing the direction. And then we're going to keep our our fists and our arms out straight. And then we're going to lift the arms straight up. And then open the fingers nice and wide. And then close the fingers. And open. We'll make a fist and bring the arms back forward. And this time we're going to open the arms nice and wide. Once you get as wide as you want to go, open the hands. And then we're going to bring the arms back forward. Bring the hands to prayer position. Bring them to your chest. Let's take one more cleansing breath. Go ahead and soften the chin towards your chest. As always, thank you for sharing your practice. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope this gentle practice guides you into a day filled with just much joy and happiness. Take care of you, take care of your family, and I hope to see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.